Alright, what's up Transformers fans? Tonight I'm taking a look at the new Age of the Primes Studio Series 86 Windcharger. And here he is. He looks pretty good. There's a couple things about this figure I do like. There's a couple things about this figure I don't like. So let's get into the positives. So positives, looks really good. Colors are nice. Comes with a pretty cool little gun. It does come with that big yellow blast effect, but it's off on the side, so sorry about that. All right, but articulation is pretty decent. Shoulders go up like this. That is a ball jointed shoulder, but there we go. Bicep swivel. Technically a wrist swivel because that is on a ball joint, but it's a little difficult getting in there. But technically it does have it. Do have hinge at the hips. Good range there. Can go all the way out to there. Upper thigh swivel. Knee bend, which is really tight right here. And then this is actually one of the things I don't like. So he's got this weird shin rocker thing. I don't really like that. I'm not overly fond of it. It makes his feet look like they're huge, but yeah, I don't really like that. It's a bit odd. I was expecting him to have, I'm going to bring out the Magic Square Windcharger right here. Pretty decent figure. I was expecting his ankle rocker to be something like this guy's, which is like this. So it's just that one little panel there and it comes down like this. And I was expecting his ankle rocker to be a little bit like that. So, and there he is with his little mini counterpart. All right. So it's a bit odd. Here he is with his G1 counterpart. So we've gone from this to this guy. Pretty decent, pretty cool. All right, here we go. Here he is with Reveal the Shield Windcharger, but I've heavily modified it to where he's in scale with the modern mini-bots. I do have a review on this guy. Feel free to check that out. There we go. And then we've got his Power of the Primes counterpart, which this one is still a great figure. I love this figure. This is a really good one. But we've moved along, so here we are. And you can tell the gray on the chest is a little bit more blue tinted in the new one, but that's okay. So here he is with that. And if you're wondering how he scales with the new mini-bots, here he is with his buddy Brawn. And just so we get a good idea, this is Bumper, but, you know, the Studio Series Bumblebee is the same size, so there you go. That gives you a pretty good idea of how he scales with the modern guys. So let's get these guys out of here. Oops. All right, so like I said, other than that weird shin rocker thing, he's not a bad figure. The knee joint's a little tight. It does this, and that can kind of come unhinged, which I don't really like, but it's okay. Gives him a little bit of a double knee, so I mean, it's not too bad. It's basically a 90 at the knee. That butt flap kind of gets in the way, as you can see, but joints are tight, solid figure. Let's take a look at him from the back. This, again, I kind of wish this was red, because if I'm not mistaken, it's red in the cartoon, I think. It really depends on who's coloring the animation, though, right? That. Oh, and the head swivels back and forth, but it's not on a ball joint. It's just on a swivel. I don't think I mentioned that, so sorry. But there you go. All right. So let's get this guy transformed up. So the first thing we're going to want to do is remove this, and we'll get into this later. Next thing we're going to want to do is actually bring these around forward. Like so. Transformation on this guy, not difficult. Pretty basic and straightforward. All right. Kind of like his Power of the Primes, honestly. So we're going to unpeg this guy, which can be a little weird. Which can be a little cumbersome. Very tight. There you go. And you're going to move it down. And it's going to, those two pegs are going to peg in right here, like so. Then we're going to move these up like that. And then these guys. Oh, you have to move the fists up like this. Like I said, those are on ball joints, but they're really tight. So they'll move up like that. And then they'll actually, I believe, tuck under this thing. So let's do this first. Okay. So I'm seeing a red tab right here that goes into a slot right there on the side. See that? So let's match those up like this. Then let's bring that roof section down. All right, that's a lot easier. So have the roof section up, peg in the arms first, then bring the roof section down. And it'll be a lot easier to tab everything in. So you should be looking like this right now. You cannot move the head 180. If you do, this stuff won't peg in right. So he has to be looking down, just in case you're wondering. So we're going to open this up like so. And this is where the really like his old figure reminds me. So that folds out like this. Like this, and then fold out like this. Then let's see if we can mash all this together like that. So we should be looking like this right now. And let's fold over like so. So where this all comes over. And you can figure it out from here that it's just a matter of, you know, mashing everything in and getting everything properly aligned like we all have to do on all of them, right? Especially on the new figures when they're fresh out of the box and they're just like, no, I don't want to be in vehicle mode. I want to be in robot mode. So there you go. Let's get him all mashed together. And I think that should have him. There we go. So there's his car mode. Not too bad. Wheels in the back are a little bit bigger than the front. How does he roll? Rolls pretty well. Going pretty strong there. All right, now let's take this guy because I think it is like this. No. So it's going to have to be this way. That. Yeah. No, I'm doing it wrong. There it goes. Okay, like so. You peg in that, and then he's got weapon storage, and he can still roll. Now it might catch a little bit because that comes down pretty far, but so there's that. There he's in car mode. There's the top, side, bottom. Like I said, you cannot turn the head 180 because it just won't work. But there he goes. Pretty good figure. I like him. It's pretty fun. Complaints wise, just a little bit of the knees kind of bother me. They don't go as well as I would like them to. And I'm actually going to talk about that for just one brief second. So let's get him transformed back up. And remember, let's open this part first. There we go. Might have to move the arm so you can get your fingers underneath that thing. Bend fist down. Bring the arms down like so. Bring this up, and this little tab right there will tab into this. So, and I think should be able to see, yeah, you can see where it tabs in. It's just very stiff, so that's not a bad thing. These things have not been working with me lately. Maybe it's the temperature up here. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to leave it right there. It's fine. But what I wanted to talk about was, let's go ahead and open this up and close this all back up. It folds over like this, then that folds over, then it tabs in like this. And as you can see, it leaves that big hole there. Now there is an upgrade kit that fills in this hole. I've ordered it. I don't have it in yet. So when it comes in, I may be doing a review on it. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick. That if this bothers you, there is an upgrade kit that you can get that will fill that out. And you can see what I'm doing here. Close all that back up. All right. So, like I said, I don't know if that bothers you. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But there is a kit that you can get that will close that all back up, make it look good. I don't know why his backpack isn't going on. I don't have it high enough for some reason. There it goes. Yeah. Like I said, he's just stiff because he's fresh out of the box. The joints are really good. Weight is really good. Plastic feels good. Feels good. I like him. He looks good. A little gappy in the feet, but we can fix that. So, and the upgrade kit that I'm talking about also does fill in this gap, which is pretty cool. So like I said, I probably will just do a quick little review on it. But there is Age of the Primes Studio 86 series Windcharger. Pretty fun figure. No complaints other than the knees can be a little bit wonky. But other than that, I actually think he's pretty decent. So go out there and see if you can find this guy. All right, guys. That's it for my review on this dude. Thanks for watching. As always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.